Whatever the emergency, incident responders and emergency managers join together to protect lives, property, and the environment. But fire, police, emergency management, medical, public works, military, volunteers, private sector critical infrastructure all want their own view of incident content. This has given rise to excellent applications that serve specific needs but don't effectively share information, and we end up with gaps, overlaps, and inconsistencies. XchangeCore Web Service Data Orchestration is an open source, nonprofit, managed by a community of developers and end users. It enables a single application to share a portion of its data to XchangeCore. Based on agreements, specific subscribers to that information receive it, a few or many. When one of those applications has updated information that improves the response, it can post that information to XchangeCore, and XchangeCore notifies and provides that information to all other authorized organizations. Any application can initiate an incident. Other applications may share their incident command structures about who's in charge. Mapping applications share locations of the incident, critical infrastructure, and modeling results. Alerts can be triggered by people using their own applications, or by sensors like surveillance video, flood gauges, and chemical sensors that define the impact, standard operating procedures, and the people tasked to respond, as well as requests and staging of resources, provide situational awareness. And the incident action plan to guide future response is developed from selected incident command system forms. Together, all that information about every incident forms a tree of incident knowledge that is made available to those who need it, so that everyone in the emergency is fully informed and can make the right critical decisions. At a more technical level, XchangeCore functions like this. Data comes from many different applications owned by organizations. An XchangeCore connector authenticates the application to XchangeCore, composes the data into a payload, and transmits that payload to XchangeCore. XchangeCore creates what's called an Exchange work product, which is the atomic unit of Exchange, which consists of three parts: a digest that summarizes who, what, when, and where, the payload, and metadata. XchangeCore content packages are then composed around an incident from multiple different kinds of work products. All the external applications are notified of new or updated content for them to then use and consume. XchangeCore applications and their connectors can be configured in nearly infinite variety on the cloud and in local networks. A single physical machine can contain many virtual XchangeCores, each with its own separate security exchange agreements. This means XchangeCore is endlessly scalable for a city or a county, a state, or even across countries. When the XchangeCore network and exchange agreements are in place, every incident then becomes part of the XchangeCore orchestration lifecycle. As you saw earlier, it all begins with data sources that, through an XchangeCore connector, are translated and transformed into common operational data. As data enters XchangeCore from many sources, it is associated with an incident and becomes part of the tree of incident knowledge. There, it is composed into content packages of relevant information. Agreements determine what organization applications are authorized to consume the content package. Every connected application then uses the XchangeCore notification service to synchronize with the latest content. This allows an application to consume the data from XchangeCore, where it can be visualized, processed, and improved. When new, relevant data about the incident is created by the application, it is then exposed in its native format and becomes a next data source, where it is translated and transformed into common operational data and distributed to all connected applications, thus continuously expanding knowledge and awareness of the situation. Now let's take a look at a few applications of XchangeCore, beginning with Sabre, the single automated business exchange for reporting. Private sector and critical infrastructure have three different ways of getting information into Sabre through XchangeCore. There can be fully automated connections, a simple spreadsheet can be uploaded through the Sabre website, and a mobile app enables that capability. When that information gets into Sabre, which is based on XchangeCore, that information gets composed into an incident work product. All the connected applications are then notified, and the business status information can be viewed in public or government portals, in incident management applications, in common operating picture geographic information systems, mobile apps, or even a free copy of Google Earth. Many examples of the use of Sabre and XchangeCore exist, most recently in delivering retail business status in Hurricane Matthew in the United States. XchangeCore supports employee accountability by being able to bring together location information about employees in an emergency and help the company understand how quickly they can assemble their workforce to return to operation. Healthcare and clinic preparedness allows clinics to, on an everyday basis, work with their patients, but in an emergency, be able to distribute floor plans and emergency plans out to other organizations, police and others, as well as provide information out on a regular basis on their operating status so that emergency responders know which clinic to use. School security, a very important application, putting a mobile app into the hands of a teacher, police being able to share floor plans, internal cameras, and response plans in an emergency, and that entire community being able to respond better to a school situation. The Center for Integrated Emergency Management in Norway is developing a program for bringing together police, fire, and other organizations through XchangeCore. Queensland, Australia Disaster Management manages daily public assistance requests through a network of XchangeCores and in an emergency manages large-scale incidents. NASA provides forecast information about earthquakes and infrastructure damage that is delivered through XchangeCore. State of South Carolina, an extensive implementation for shared situational awareness. City of Las Vegas, integrating fire and emergency medical service applications through XchangeCore. The California Earthquake Clearinghouse leads the way in large-scale federal, state, local shared situational awareness using technology interoperability built around XchangeCore. XchangeCore is currently solving the problem of information exchange by transforming and translating disparate data into national standards, notifying all applications of new and updated data, authenticating applications to XchangeCore to provide security, and delivering two-way collaboration across all different agencies and applications by managing the content, composing and orchestrating data around a relevant incident so there's just one place to look for everything. XchangeCore, turning data into actionable knowledge.